Oh, wicked. Right, let's rock. Oh, yes. Okay, fantastic. How is everyone doing today? Let me get rid of that smiley face. That's going to get in the way. Okay, right. Today, what we got planned? Okay, we're going to do some fun, exciting stuff. Also, KO2 fans, let's rock. How's it all going? Right, we are going to. Oh yes, I'm not even sure what an alien dance is, but I'm for it. Yes. Oh, rock and roll. Oh, wicked Code Rad games as well. How's it all going? Yes. Hi. Okay. Right. Today. Right now. I mean, so we are going to do a lot of slightly unrelated bug fixing, which doesn't sound exciting, but trust me, it's going to be extreme. Right. Can I keep this momentum up for the entire stream? I'm always in a good mood. No. I haven't streamed for a little while, and I essentially had 2 very long days of work, and then a really socially day yesterday, which was all brilliant and everything's fine. And I was thinking, but I want to stream, and Lakia Gaming has been doing me an absolute proper solid. He's been able to play the games, find out certain bugs, and kind of when he was saying all these little problems, I like, these are the funnest things. When it's like there's such easy problems to solve, but he's helped me out so much that and I'm just excited because it's like this is going to be a genuine cruise. This is going to be brilliant. So I am properly, I'm just really happy. Okay, what we're going to do? We're going to do the most impactful thing ever, right? I feel there's, those sort of moments, right? When in a film where someone presses an important button that's oh, well, the fate of the world depends on this. That is what we're about to do now, right? It might not look it, but we have a particular card here that's called I Was Young Once, right? And it's got level 1, level 2 and level 3. Okay, now if you actually look at it, this is the card level as well. So with everything, with Iron Clawed, it goes card level 1, 2 and 3. And with all of them, I've just lost everything. Okay, right, and with everything, it's nuclear defense. It's 1, 2, 3, right? Now, I don't know how I did this mistake, but if we have a particular card here, which I've kind of lost now, I Was Young Once, it goes 1, 2... I'm going crazy. I'm losing my bearings here. Right. It goes. Hold on. It goes 1, 2, and then 2. Right. Okay. So what's happening is when you get this card, and you want to level it up, it has nothing to find, so it then defaults to whatever the first one is, a Bombing Nation, and it just glitches. So this is the biggest thing ever. We're going to change this to a 3, fixing everything. All right, the entire wheels, continue. The whole world is spinning. That 3 was so impactful. But what I kind of want to do is, and it won't take too long, is just explore, just so I can put my mind at ease. We've got this Cardmaster script. And what we're doing is we want to get, let's have a look, get upgraded card. I'm guessing this is the one. There's 4 references. It's blatantly this, right? So we're getting the upgraded card, I'll forget all that. So what we're doing is we're getting, we're putting in a card. So in this case, it would be a Bombing Nation level 2. And we're saying, let's go get the level 3 version. So we get card SO, right? And what's happening at this point? We're now, the entire library, right at the beginning, we're saying, this is the entire library of cards. These are all the cards that can occur, right? By saying, get all, the big emphasis on all of these card SOs, right? And we're trying to find it, and it doesn't exist, right? So then obviously he wouldn't have been able to see it because he was playing, but this came up here, and it's just saying, oh, by the way, there's no place for it. We're just going to pick number 0, which is the Bombing Nation. So anyway, I thought I'd do the explanation as well as the execution as well. So this being a 3 now has fixed that problem. Right, okay, 1 problem down. Okay, and what we're going to do, there's also, this is going to be, I'm saying this to myself, but it's more. I want to kind of get it out there that we have got a little bit of a problem. And I'm going to work out a way of solving it, right? But I feel if I say it out loud, then it will be kind of useful. It'll be like these are the sort of things that I think about. So what we have here, we have a separate class called the data class, right? Now all of the save data of everything is basically on this class. So whenever you're loading any game, it's essentially saying get everything that's on here and chuck it into the game. All right, and then the rest of the game will do everything. So an obvious thing is the music volume. So if you set it to say half, I was about to say half mast, I shouldn't say that, 50% of the way, then you exit, then it will load and it will come back as 50% or 0.5, which is the float variable. Right, now an issue that we've got, right, is I have created a new variable. Right, okay, we're just going to call this scary area, right? Which, yeah, we'll call it scary area, right? And we're going to have a public bool, which will be one click card. Actually, let me get the exact terminology here. It's called something like one card. Yeah, this one. Okay, let's just copy this. Okay. Control. Right. So, which seems fine, right? And we want to actually save all of this data. We want to save because a new thing that I've introduced is the ability to click on a card and for it to activate. Now, obviously, if you if you want it to be on, you set it on. That means that even when you exit the game and you come back in, you still want it to be active every time. But at this precise moment, you have to manually set it because what if like someone's already got a save file, right, which doesn't have this, right? So they've got this data class, which is essentially all of their save data, but this particular variable doesn't exist at all, right? And when we're trying to load it, it's saying, okay, well, turn this one into whether it's true or false, whatever, right? And the game is going to go, what are you doing? And then it's going to stop and crash, and I'm going to be sad, right? And what I've got various different ideas, but I want to work out a way of if you already have some saved data and you load a new game. So you have some saved data, you then get a more updated version, but you're like, well, I still want to keep all of this other data that we had, I've got loads of Rumple tokens that I want to spend, right? So I still want to keep all of this, but I need to work out a good, diplomatic, easy way of introducing this into the mix, right? And this is something that I don't really know a safe way of doing, right? It might involve some trial and error, and I have some good methods of doing it, but I thought if this is going to be on the back burner. This is basically, it's like, when sometimes people you have trouble sleeping, this scary area, this is what keeps me up at night. How can I introduce more variables into game files that have already got all this stuff in place? But it's okay. I think I have got a good idea, and it will involve throwing and catching, but not in real life. I'm not going to just grab a tennis ball, go into the garden and throw something really high into the air, catch it, and then be like a boom. Right, we solved this programming problem. But this is something that I'm going to experiment with a bit later. Right, exciting stuff, easy stuff. Right, now we're just going to crack through. Yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah, today we're not going to be doing game development. It's going to be about throwing and catching. Right, so we're going to solve some things today. So as it is, yeah, Lakia has properly helped me out. He's come up with lots of different, should be bite-sized, easy problems. So we're going to start off with... Actually, we can quite easily start off with, something nice. I mean, something nice and simple, which yeah, which like kind of like yeah, like again, we've already done the big turning that number 3 in that number 2 into a number 3. That was already the big impactful thing. You know, I almost feel as though there should have just been like 1,000 cameras all on me just as I turn that number from 2 to 3, and then there suddenly be an applaud like, oh god, this guy's a genius, he's amazing, right, as I just do that. But anyway, it's like, he doesn't even need to do anything for the rest of the stream. No, but we're gonna do other sort of fun things, something that didn't look fun, but trust me, it was fun in my head. We're now going to sort out, we're going to create a problem and then fix it. That's what we're here for. Right, so oh yes, I think the music is off by default, hopefully. I'll set it to that. So this always takes a little while. I would love a load screen, but like I think that's actually a little bit more complicated. I think you might need to get Unity Pro for that. Right, so here we go. It looks, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to manually give us a few levels. So I didn't actually realise I'd reset it. I thought I'd actually had it set as something else. But so what we're going to do very quickly, if we go into game info script, because we can actually we can sort out so many problems. We just need to set everything right. So I think I'm going to give myself 500. Chaos level current, we'll say 8. The chaos level max, I think 9 is the actual max, because that counts as it being level 10, because 0 is 1. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's all fine. We want to go into the Rumple level master. And we're going to have tickets, let's just say 5, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, doesn't matter too much. And let me do a bit of experimenting with this. So we're going to kind of, yeah, we're going to basically be fixing loads and loads of things in one go. Why did I make them all 1? Let's go make them all, in fact, 8, 10, 15, 1. Yeah, okay, right, so we're setting all of this, all right, and now I'm going to do this. And then we just need to actually just physically save all the data. So I know that by just pressing this and then turning it off again, that will have saved the data. So I can now just go exit game. Right, now that we have all that data saved, okay, yeah, we should be able to just get, we should be able to test all the things that I want to test. Right, so here is an interesting problem that we've got. So let's go for, say, we're on year 5 right now. Buy a ticket. Let me go get another year 5 ticket, right? That's 100 Rumple tokens, right? I'm going to press it. This one comes out. That all bubbles away. It then turns 90 degrees and bubbles away, and I'm okay with that. There is a reason why it does that, but it doesn't matter. Right, we do that. But this doesn't actually update here, right? If you go down and then back up, it does update. So that is what we're going to work on first. Yeah, I would like a load screen, but I don't really like. I only really know how it works. You know, when I don't really know how it's supposed to work, because like I'm just imagining having an animation of something, right, and then just moving the animation frame one more forward every time you get to a certain bit in the loading, but like I say, that it's more just my lack of knowledge as to how to do it. But yeah, anyway, right, so that's what we're going to work on. We want this to update straight away. So how do we do that? It's probably going to be here. Let's have a look. We've got this ticket level menu go. Let's edit this script. In fact, actually, have we got... what's actually this thing here? This is the ticket TM. I'm guessing that it's all going to be attached. So if we go into here, we've probably got access to this ticket TM. So... Right, so that's good. So we're going to edit this script now. And go Control-MO. And, oh, set number of tickets. Let's see, what's this about? Oh, yes, right. Okay, so... it looks like we've actually got all the work done already, okay? So what all we actually need to do is, and let's go experiment as well. No, we don't even need to experiment. I'm so sure. So all we need to do is when we actually purchase something and the ticket goes through, we just need to literally call this function and it sets the number. All right, so it happens instantaneously, which should be pretty easy. Now, a lot of people have various different sort of fun ways of getting to the bits of code. Mine involves quite literally just finding the thing that you want to edit, and then finding the thing that you want to edit, then pausing it, and then just loading the script from it. So we know it's here. We can pause there, and it's gonna be here somewhere, isn't it? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at this script here. Right, so this is the ticket type. Buy a boost. Let's have a look at what's going on in this code, because we've got to work out how it deals with when you click on it, and it might not even. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay. I've actually picked the wrong thing. So this is the main game object that looks after each individual vending slot. However, I think there's another little script attached to it, attached to the button and the thing. Right, so that's actually what we've got to be focusing on. So yeah, we've got everything paused, so that shouldn't be a problem. Let's see, button SR. This is the one that we're after, maybe. Yeah, separate vending. Yeah, there we go. So that sets the scripts. On pointer click, individual, buy boost. Okay, all right. It looks like I've called it buy boost. It looks as I've been trying to do two things with one script here, which is fine. It's fine. Is available. Activate button. Activation routine. Okay. Oh, okay. No. Oh, so almost everything happens the same. Okay. All right. Let's see what's going on. Right. So we can now. I think it'll be in here. So let's go to this definition. Let's go find all the references. So I think, let me try and work out. This is the override. This is what we're after. So at some point, oh my gosh, how complicated have I made this? I'm going through, and this has been one of this big treasure hunts where I'm going through like 8 different scripts to try and find the thing that I want to find. But that's fine, no problem. Gate script.activate that with the ticket in. Okay, go to here. Right, activate this thing here. This is probably where we're at. Okay, right, so this is the bit where we're losing that. This ticket int goes ++, and what we actually want to do is, right, this is it. So this is the bit where we fill in the code. All right, so what we want to do from here is we want to say, so, because what we've done here, we've spent the number of Rumble tokens, so those Rumble tokens have gone down however much the ticket cost was, right? And then we've added one of our tickets, right, which is gone ++. And you know what? We probably should save the game next to say that's now concrete. That's in stone. You've done that. But about here, we want to. Now I've opened about 1 million scripts, and I can't remember the original script that I was looking to get to. Let's just start closing them, and we'll find it. Ticket men. Yeah, this is the one. Right. So this one here is yes. So what we kind of want to do, we want to get hold of this script. There's only going to be one of these. I could have made it a singleton, but I think we can just afford to say something like ticket level menu script, equals um, find object of type, ticket level menu script, okay, and then we're going to say if ticket level menu script is not equal to null, then we're simply going to go ticket level menu script dot, and now you know that function that I said about half an hour ago, set number of tickets, that's it, yeah, boom. Okay, is that actually going to work? Is that actually going to work? Let's just check. Sure, it's going to work, right. Set number of tickets, okay, alright. So right. Okay, alright, I mean that was, I had to jump through far too many hoops, but hopefully now this will all work, right? So what we're looking to do now is to go back into the same situation that we were in, and we're going to kind of hope that the that this thing updates when you buy a new ticket, all right? And like as soon as you do it. Okay, so right, so we're on year 5. Oh yeah, that's a bit ugly, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, I probably need to fix that. But never mind. Let's not worry too much about that. All right. Okay. So we're spending 100 Rumple tokens. That's going down. That's updated straight away, which is good. That's exactly what we're after. This looks a bit rubbish though, doesn't it? We could we could probably improve that. But that is at the moment not on my list of things to do. Although I really should definitely improve that. Okay. Right, so that is another one down. So let's go. Let me just edit this. I want to actually go bugs fixed, right? So, and we're going to say 2 so far. Okay, and I'm going to add to that, and I'm going to try and remember to add to it and not just forget it. Okay, right. So that's brilliant. Right, we're cycling through. Let's have a look. Right. Because there's a few big things that I want to do, but I'm not going to. I'm going to do little ones, and then we might do some big ones in a sec. Oh yeah, what I want to do is I want to get myself like max leveled and everything, and I want to get myself like max leveled and try and do a campaign on the hardest difficulty setting and see if it's even possible, because I haven't really done that yet, and it might be impossible. I do need to do some testing. Right, okay. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, right. This is going to be another little one. So that's not what I meant to do. We're going to... That's it. Right, okay. We can stop that there. So if we go into resources, monster SO, right, this snaky, yeah, I suppose this does make sense actually. So at the moment, right, these 3 numbers here are kind of the important numbers we need to deal with. So, well, yeah, I suppose it doesn't matter about that, but like, so anyway, 80 life, 15 attack, 10 magic, right? Now, when you get into the later like levels, the later campaigns, this gets boosted a bit, right? It gets I think an extra 15%, so that will be kind of roughly 12 or 13. It can get quite hairy. This can be quite high, and what this does is this affects the moves that he does, which are oh yeah, that was it. So actually, what am I? Yeah, that's it. So when he heals, it means he heals a lot, right? It heals like proportional to the monster magic, right? And so like this can get absolutely, as a first combat in the whole campaign, you can easily die on this, and I want to fix that. So I think an easy suggestion would literally just be moving this down to say, and like that's the thing, this is a kind of dangerous thing, but I'm going to say 8. Right, I mean everything has been cleanly a multiple of 5 up until now, but I think I'm going to make an exception, and I think 8 sounds about right. So what that will do, that will mean that whenever he's not going to be gaining quite as much attack each turn, and when he heals, he's not going to be healing for quite as much. And I think just a tiny little nerf there of that enemy will make that make this boss feel significantly more manageable. So good, I'm happy with that. I put my money where my mouth is. I tried to fight the snake and see how reasonable it is, because obviously the big problem with this is the monsters here you fight as your first thing, so you've only got your opening deck to use to fight them. So now that we've literally just calmly moved that down to 8, I'm going to press play. And so that's level 7 there. Actually, let's test 2 things. No, we'll come back, because there's a lot of things on the boost that I want to fix. But I want to see if with the opening deck, if I can fight Snakey when it's got like less magic, and see if it's actually like doable. See how achievable it is. So yeah, if you look, it's quite hard to read, but all the things that you have to deal with. The monster's got extra health. You have rubbish in your deck. You sometimes fight monsters that are higher. There's different things, but what we want to do as well is go new game. Oh, I just realised I've made it there's only actually a 1 in 3 chance that we fight the thing, so we might get lucky. It would be so useful, it would so be convenient if we fought the snake right here. But it's easy to manipulate so that I always fight the snake. That's Jimmy Van. So what we can do is, alright, we're actually going to go, if we go into the Big Daddy map class, and somewhere along here, let's see if we can find it. I think if I change this to Snakey and continue, I think, oh no, it won't be, okay. Yeah, I'm trying to work out a way of just sort of manipulating it so I always fight Snakey. Let's go. I think in this case it's actually just quicker for me to just go through the 1 in 3 each time. Let's just force ourselves to have a few more tickets. So we're on there. Get rid of that one. Actually, maybe now I've just changed it there. I'm going to go resume and see if that works. Yes, okay, we've manipulated the system. Okay, right, now let's just see how viable this is. So yeah, I've weakened it slightly, and there's still always going to be an element of randomness. Okay, so let this one straight off the bat and get some attackers. Let's go. Bolster the line's good, and I think more attackers. Okay, so we want to get one of those. Or I think we just keep with these ranger recruits, and then maybe a metal wall just because we've got some mana left over. I want to go full attack because yeah, this might be too difficult. So that's where he does. This is the problem. This is the thing where he's gaining attack every turn. So yeah. Oh, now he's healing for 16, which is good, right? But that's less than In fact, he's healing for, I think that's almost the lowest magic he can have, but that's okay. So it feels like luck has been quite heavily on my side this time, and this is still seeming quite difficult. I guess we just go full defenders. I can't waste time getting rid of these toxic scrap yet. Oh, he's got another heal. That's annoying. Although, having said that, these rangers are actually kind of working in my favour. Okay, so as much as I don't think we win this turn, this does feel achievable at this precise moment. And I think just lowering that number from 10 to 8 has just made this a little bit more viable. Because look, he's dead now because these rangers will kill him. I can just end turn. So yeah, that's good. And yeah, I think the only problem is I did get lucky. I got lucky after having nerfed it. It's like he had the lowest magic possible. Yeah, so I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, okay. I'm going to stick with that for the time being. And then I'll worry about that. Worry about that a bit more if it becomes problematic. But I think just lowering that magic has just made it a little bit more viable. Right. Oh yes, fun. Right, now we're going to do a fun one. Okay. Right. Here is a problem, and here's what we're going to do to fix it. Is the general theme of my coding process. Right. Here is a problem. What? These numbers are overlapping. It looks ridiculous. Oh, you look like an idiot. Okay, right. Yeah. So so as you can see, right, with Benson's OJ, we've actually got 15, but it's quite hard to make out because it's overlapping the number of code rads that we've got, or the number of rads, which are 10. All right. And there is different ways we can do this. We can shrink all the numbers, but I kind of want to do something more fun. I think this way is more fun. So we just need to do a little bit of experiment. So if I click on this one here, text mesh. Okay, right, now what if we made the character size here 0.5, and we made the character size here of 0.5. We kind of want it to be a little bit more, kind of want it to go down a little bit, don't we, as well? So let's see. That's not going to change anything, is it? So middle center. Yeah. So actually, let's just have a look to see, because hypothetically, because my plan is if the number is greater than 9, or essentially has two or more digits, you just shrink the size down. But I want to see if that looks okay. It would really make more sense if this 10 was slightly further down and it was kind of in line with those. So let's see what we can do to try and do that. So middle center. What about upper center? And this one here was upper center. Oh well, that didn't seem to do anything. Okay, right, so first of all, I think we need to find whatever this game object is, which is boost, select, go, and then we need to head into this world and then try and work it out. Right. So, is this the correct one? Yeah. Okay, so we can stop this for the time being. So it's all about us looking at this number here, and so if this was this character size, so it's it's weird because we kind of want it to gravitate around a more central spot. So lower center. No. Okay. All right. We'll work this out. Alignment. No, I don't think it's to do with alignment. What am I missing here? I feel like there's something that I'm missing. Offset Z. Right. It might be. I mean, to be fair, I'm not going to lose too much sleep. So let's just say, if I was just to duplicate this, Control D, and then this one here is going to be the original one that it's intended, and this one here is going to be 0.6, maybe 0.7. We can change this a bit. But the Y was 0.2, 0.1. Okay, that's it. 1.1, do it to 0.7. That's what we're working with, and everything else can stay the same. So, why have I done all of this? Right, what does all this mean? In fact, let me write down some important key numbers, and then I'll basically show you what it all means. So I think so Y is minus 1.1. So I'm writing this down on a bit of scrap of paper just so I can remember. And we're going to try 0.7 as the character size. Okay, so we can get rid of this bad boy. All right, and then we're going to edit this script and Control MO, close everything. Set up routine. What's happening here? This is where everything's fading into colour, I would imagine, and the text equals number of boosts to string. Boring. Let's go make this a bit more exciting, shall we? So, do we have access to the transform of the thing? We don't. No, it doesn't matter. Right. Okay. We're going to have a new function here, which is going to be public void set number of boosts. And let me have a look. And we might need an argument which is int number of boosts. Okay, so if number of boosts is, I think we can just have is greater than 9, then do something else, do something else. So we can actually chuck this into here, and we can just go set number of boosts to number of boosts. Okay, all right. And what we want to do, if it's more than 9, then we're going to say, is it boost tm dot character size? Is it character size? I think it, yeah, it is character size, right? Yeah, character size. Okay, yeah. The character size equals, let's try 0.7f, but we can always change it. And we also want to have, now this is a little ugly, but boost tm dot get component transform. No, you know what? Let's do one better. We've got the button trans. Let's just have maybe public transform boost tm trans get private set, and then we're going to have boost TM here, and we're going to have boost TM trans equals boost TM dot get component transform, boom. Okay, so we just want to get access. So the reason being is just so we can move the y the y value down a little bit. So now we can just have boost tm trans dot local position equals, and we decided minus 1.1f. Okay. Yeah, and we wanted the speech marks, not the semicolon. But oh yeah. That's a good point. See, now this is another thing actually. I don't know if I'm on my own here, right? But I found that with Unity, right? Like, don't get me wrong, this is not the end of the world. We've got used to it. I think everyone has just learnt to live with it, right? But this local position is a vector 3 variable, right? So that's 3 floats in a row. Now, one thing that would be lovely is if we could just do that, okay? Right, because that should work, right? Because we're saying we just want to set the y value to this, but it doesn't quite work that. We actually have to reset the entire vector every time. So we're going to have that equals, let's see. So there's different ways we can do this. So I'm just going to have vector 3 vector 3, let's go do it here as well. Vector 3 local vec. Oh, actually no, this still doesn't quite work, does it? Oh, hold on, there's got to be an easier way of doing this. Hold on. Yeah, there is. Yeah, local vec equals boost tm trans dot local position. Okay. And then we want to have local vec dot y equals that minus 1.1 minus 1.1f. Okay, and then we can actually right at the bottom here say that equals local vec. Okay, and we're gonna tweak these numbers a bit as well. Otherwise. Let's chuck this in here, but this we want to go back to 1. So if it's more than 9 boosts, then we're going to shrink it down a bit. But if it's less, or yeah, if it's less than or equal to the number of 9 boosts, this is just going to be minus 1.0f. Okay, right, have we fixed it? Have we done it? Can we knock this off? Can we get ourselves to number 3? Let's go. Okay. See, I told you, it's just a bunch of easy stuff today. I love it. Right, okay, so. Oh, wow. Okay, that is almost right. Like, we're almost there. Okay, so it's done the thing that I want it to do. However, I feel this could do with being a little bit smaller. So let's just, so now that we know what we're kind of comparing with, so let's just say that was 0.15 and that was character 0.6 and that was also minus 1.15 and that was 0.6. Let's just have a little artistic look. Yeah, that's all right, isn't it? I know. What if someone gets 100 boosts? Good question. Good question. I don't know. I don't know what to do there, but this looks fine, doesn't it? Right. So yeah. Okay. Does it still feel like it's no? It's fine. It's fine. Right. So we're going to set with yeah, minus 1.15 and 0.6. And also, just to clarify, no, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, so this is fine. Let's just change those numbers. So maybe that's 0.15 and that's 0.6. Have another little look. Oh, yes! Oh, wicked. Right. That is absolutely awesome. Let's rock! Oh, wicked. Lakia. Okay, right. Lakia is absolutely the man. Right. Lakia has, like, he's helped me out so much in the last, like, few weeks because he's been able to actually find bug fixes, and he's been able to help my games so much. Also, I need to mention, Lakia is working on this awesome looking game at the moment called Hex Racer, which is a sort of skill-based space driver where you've got to try and aim to get through hexagons and avoid asteroids, and it is looking absolutely supreme. It is looking a lot of fun. I've already played the really properly basic early version, which has got like very basic pixel, like just sort of like hexagons and nothing else, and that is really fun. So now he's just adding more to it. It's looking absolutely awesome. So how was the rest of your stream? Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And also, well done for doing that 3D printed puzzle calendar puzzle thing. That was a lot of fun. Yes. Actually, that's a good point. Actually, because I think I saw you when you were trying to essentially damage yourself enough so that you could like essentially create a debug message saying you know like you died or game over or something. And yeah, it's looking good. And I think the actual collision, I wasn't actually fully able to understand. Have you actually manipulated it to move over, or is there any like Unity physics at play at the moment? Yeah, but yeah, it's looking good though. Oh right, so it resets the game, so you have actually got it to work. That's good. It's also, I was trying to think, it's like obviously it's still in the early stages, but screen shake is always your friend. If ever you have just a little sort of like, even if it's just a quarter of a second screen shake, you feel it. You know, you don't realise how relevant it is up until it's really good. Yes, yeah. Oh, fair enough. That's a good idea, actually. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, despite the fact the big thing about Unity is its physics engine, I am very much on board with. Just I can't be bothered with physics. It's too much effort, you know. Just wanted to squish a few beans. Oh yeah, so actually, yeah, so we've got this far. So when you, we can actually buy a ticket here, right? Year 7, this is 200, and that one updates now. I know that still looks a bit weird, but so that updates, and when you buy a boost, that's not the right one. This is still problematic. Actually, that's probably what we're going to work on next. So we're going to come to that now. But the other thing is, if you have more than 10, the number shrinks down. So yeah, and I think that's clear. I think that's okay. Oh, fair enough. Enjoy your cuppa. I might hit myself with a Red Bull shortly. But anyway, welcome Raiders. How is it all going? We're doing some fun little bug fixes today. And yeah, Lakia, like I say, has been a proper true champion. He's got loads of little bite-sized things. So now we have done 3 things so far. So we're up to 3. And we're just essentially cycling through all the issues. So there's one thing that I want to sort out, and we can do this now quite easily. Right, so let's actually go through, try and work out exactly where the problem is. So mild cola, brilliant, fantastic, that all lines up. Code rad, let's go. Benson's OJ, brilliant. Wine, awesome. Okay, and then it starts going wrong. Okay, none of these are actually the things that you actually click them on. So I'm clicking on Royal Punch to know what that does, and it's coming up as Grobbler, right? So I think this is relatively easy to fix, but while I was doing this as well, I noticed another little problem is this particular, where it says Royal Punch, there's like a background there where it's kind of got Royal Punch on. That's not intended at all. I just picked the wrong sprite. So I think the way that we fix all of this is if I go back here, we kind of want the sprites in this order. So mild cola, rad, and it's to this is where it all kind of goes slightly wrong. We want it to Royal Punch. Oh no, actually this is still wrong as well. Oh my gosh, because anyway, we'll work it out, but we want to get all of this in the correct order, and for some reason the sprites have kind of have pulled a fast one on me. So when we're referring to the sprites, let me get rid of all this and get rid of all that. Let me go into sprites, boosts, here we go. So the order which it should all come up as is, let's go get this picture a little bit bigger. It should, I think, be in this order here, right? And for whatever reason, it's not quite in the order that it should be, because this Polanka. Anyway, let's go find out. If we go back into our original, oh yeah, we're actually close there now. So if we go card sprites, not card sprites, boost cans. Is it boost cans new? This might be where the issue came about, because that isn't the order which it should be. It should be. A lot of this can essentially be done by swapping these numbers around, but I need to just kind of go through it a little bit slower and just make sure that we're in the right thing. So that's not actually too relevant. So I think this is the intended order, but if we actually go into this one here. Okay. Alright, so I think if I just delete that, that's kind of what I wanted it to look like. So, and is this the correct order? I've got to remember what the order is, and then I'll get to it. So, how would we find that out? We need to go into our Rumple level master script and control home. Yes, this is it. Okay. Boosts. Yes, right. Okay. So it should be, and I probably should write this somewhere as well. Let me just do a little green note here, which we'll call boost order, and then we're going to have mild cola. Actually, we're going to come back to that, because I feel at some point I've got the order incorrect, and I want to make sure that I have got it right. And we've got the boosts actually here. Oh, that's interesting. So I always thought I had chain as the last one. So yeah, we'll have to fix this in a sec. Right, in fact, right, just so that it looks like I'm not just going wildly, I want to actually set a bit of a challenge for myself here. And we're going to go, I want to see if I can get this whole boost issue sorted in 30 minutes, and I reckon I can. So what is that? I think that's 18... Yeah, 30 minutes. Okay. Right, I reckon I can do it. I'm feeling confident, because this will just take a little while, but I think I can do it. I can do it in this time. Right. So we kind of want to start closing things, because I've got too many things open. Okay, like that. think we might need that actually. Okay, so game Rumble level master script. So let's get this correct. So boost rad. Then it's OJ wine. Then it's Royal Punch and Grobbler. So these are the different boosts that you can get when you start a game, and it will just give you a little boost that will help you during your game. That's will be Splendor and Lucette. Chain Polanka. Okay, right. How did you come up with these names? Oh, that's a very long story, which I don't quite have time for. I won't lie. I'll go for it. Egg mayo. I'm not actually that keen on. For some reason, eggs. I can only ever eat eggs if they're like flipped. If you've actually like fried them and then turned them upside down. Otherwise, yeah, I can just never sort of get into it. But so we're sorting out these boosts. This is the boost order here. Let's go fix everything so it's all in this order. Right. So I'm actually going to put this on the side so I can refer to it and change it. Change the numbers over here. But there's another little thing that I want to do as well. So let me bring this one up here. So I also want to change this Royal Punch to yeah. So it did have another Royal Punch over the top, and it looked a bit ridiculous. So now we can go save it as PNG, and then yes, we do want to overwrite it. We can probably get rid of that. And I think it's all about just putting the sprites in the correct order and then hoping it works from there. Okay. So let's go put in that new sprite that we've just made, which will be in here somewhere. Yeah, so this is the new version. So, resources, sprites. I think, yeah, because this one here, look, it looks a bit rubbish. That's not what I meant it to do. So if we just go delete, get it out of here. We don't have time for this. And then put it in here, then it looks like everything's fine, but we still need to actually set all of these numbers here. So that'll be 1 to 8, point filter, and none, and apply. Okay, now we need to get the order correct. All right, so I'm going to go nice and slowly, methodically, clearly, make sure that we've got all of these in the correct order. So it goes mild cola rad, OJ and wine, yep. Then Royal Punch Grobbler. Right. Okay. So that's wrong. It's meant to be Royal Punch and Grobbler. So what we actually need to do is temporarily just make this 10. Okay, and then we just need to lower everything else down, I believe. So let's have a look. So if that becomes 4, so that becomes 5, because oddly enough, just changing the name of it here indicates how, when we're loading it, what number it sort of becomes in the list or in the array. So then it's Splendor Lucette, which is all right. Splendor Lucette, and then Chain, and then Polanka. Right, so that is Chain, and then that is Polanka. Okay, right, so now I want to check that these all line up as well. So mild cola, rad, OJ, wine, Royal... there's a particular song, now I don't know the band, is it, that's called I Didn't Start the Fire. Now, if you listen to the lyrics, this is kind of like what it is. It's like a Marcola, Rad, OJ, Wime, I didn't start the fire. You know, it's like I'm just talking complete gibberish. I mean, it does make sense but in my head. But if anyone's just come in, it's just, what is he talking about? Right, so we're lining all of these up to make sure that it's all correct. So I think we've got the pictures correct. Now we just want to check that everything else lines up, and I don't know if that is going to be the case. So let's see. Right. So let's go into here. Let's check that's all right. That looks right. That's fine. But here's where the issue came before. Okay. So now, if I was to click Royal Punch, that is correct. Oh, wow. Okay, I think we're fine. I think this segment is fine. Right. So, yeah, right. So all the pictures line up with that, because before I think this was over here and everything else had moved forward one and it looked ridiculous. Now I think we have fixed that problem. Okay, right. Where are we up to next? So what we want to do is, and you know what? Let's go create the problem, and then it'll be a kind of like I wonder what's wrong with this. What's wrong with this picture? Okay, so this is actually a really useful card. It's a useful boost because it adds like some toxic scrap. Although actually I've reworded it. Maybe it just should be large scrap. I can just change it to large scrap because it only gives you large scrap, and I think that's kind of fair because the boost that you get from it, yeah, I think I make it large scrap instead of toxic scrap. So if I just change that wording, everything else works. But here is so that's the first issue, right? So I'm going to press tick. Let's go give us that. So we got a chain. Let's go new game. We're in year 7, right? Okay. And right, and so when you're actually playing, you're thinking, oh, brilliant. Okay, what are the cards? Oh, yeah, what would I go for? And I'm actually going to think out loud what I actually would go for in this situation as well. I think at this stage you would want to go Bash Camp, right? And then you're like, okay, what's the other one? And Rubbish Bobby. Even though I am actually looking to change the design of this card at some point. But yeah, Rubbish Bobby's really good. And then, it's the most depressing thing ever. Fair enough. Actually, to be honest, I was tempted with Tugboat. Tugboat is a proper defensive one. But then we've got the most depressing thing. I mean, who in their right mind would ever want to do this? It's like, okay, well, let's add some scrap. Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you for showing me that you've added scrap. Okay, brilliant. Okay. Now let's add some more scrap. Okay. Fine. Fine. And it's like, I mean, this is the most painful thing. I mean, it's like, by the way, thank you. Thank you for bringing this to my attention, because this is the most depressing thing ever. The fact you have to you go on 4 different ones. Yeah. You're completely right. You're completely right. Yes, please make it all in one. Now, yes, don't worry, I will do that. I think it was just for coding purposes, it was easier to do that. Now, we could down it to making it only large scrap. I actually thought, for some reason, it glitched so that it actually gave you large scrap instead of toxic scrap. But the big thing that we want to do is say add is just add all 4 of them in one go. So that is what we're going to do. Because that is so depressing, having to click on 4 different things that are going to essentially make you weaker before you continue. I got to work out how to do that, and I think I know. So yeah, I'm trying to work out the next way. So anyway, it looks like we still had. Let's go get rid of that one there. let's get rid of that one there. Oh, well, we still had 20 minutes left on the clock for the boosts thing, so that was no problem. So that is what we're going to work on now. We just kind of want to have one thing, which is like add a bunch of rubbish to your deck, and work out how to do that. Okay, right, now I've got a habit of whenever I see any debugs, I want to just nip them in the bud because we don't need them. They were useful at the time. We've had our laughs, we've had our fun, but it's time to say goodbye. Yeah, sorry. Okay, right, so got rid of that. Okay, how are we going to do that? So, if we go into over here, Rumple Level Master Script, and you know what, let's go clear some of this rubbish. So I'm just going to go close all but this. Like I say, it's probably not annoying to anyone else, but when I see a bunch of tabs at the top, I just kind of find it a little bit difficult to sort of navigate. Right, so get level up info. I think somewhere here there's like get boost information, get number of boosts, convert into boost info. That's fine. Sort boost rewards. Right, so so with the chain we can get rid of all this green stuff. We don't need any of this green stuff anymore. So this is like the reason that I did this to begin with. So what we've got here is essentially saying choose a card that is level 2, choose a card that is level 2, get a scrap card that is essentially, I'm going to say level 3, but 3 is like essentially the cost in which it would be. But like it's because I've just done essentially 4 different rewards which are bad things. We need to have some new DM reward potential, which is like add a bunch of cards. Now I don't think it's going to be too difficult. You might be right. You genuinely might be right. It might be how everything's loaded. I genuinely do trust you when you say that. Like, because to be honest, because I have a feeling at some point I did it and it came up as large scrap. But I think it's because of how I've coded it. Let's have a look. Oh, actually, however, oh, you might be thinking of Polanka, because Polanka does add large scrap, not toxic scrap, and you get 1. Yeah, like potentially. Yeah, I think the actual it's really like the pictures moving around has really confused everything. But I think it must be Polanka because that is essentially saying get that's the large scrap, which is 2 mana. But anyway, right now we're going to work on this. So what we want, if I go to definition, I think we should just have a new thing, which is going to be get a bunch of cards. Okay. Actually, no, maybe get a bunch of scrap. Get a bunch of scrap. Okay. And we kind of need to just follow like what happens here. Go to definition. Yeah. So what's going to happen is the DM reward potential would be get a bunch of scrap. The rewardant would be the size of the rubbish, right? As in the physical like size. So toxic scrap is 3, large scrap is 2, small scrap, which I don't think we're using for anything, is 1, and basic scrap is 0, right? So that would be, so we would have like, so in this case it would be like 4. I don't think we need to worry about that. But then the secondary rewardant we would have as the number of those cards. So yes, so here we go. So what is chain? Chain is when you get 2 level 2 cards and 4 scrap. Yes, okay. Right, that's because it's misaligned. I'm guessing that is because it's misaligned. Because if you look, Polanka is a level 3 card and 4. Yeah, so I think it has been fixed now, but we will do some tests to check it works. Yeah, because it's like, I mean, obviously picking a level 3 card is insanely good to begin with. Like, if you can get a good level 3 card, then you're kind of sorted. Okay, right, so anyway, right, so let's go get a new reward, quote unquote reward, which is get a bunch of scrap. I think that's what I called it, isn't it? Get a bunch of scrap. Yeah. Okay. So what we would ideally want to do is have. I'll write it in individual reward classes dot add open brackets new individual reward class. Reward equals DM reward potentials dot get a bunch of scrap, and the reward int, so that's is 3, but then we would have the secondary int as 4. Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't worry. We're getting to that. Like I am. Oh, actually, hold on. Just a sec. Sorry. I think we're up to. Sorry, I want to kind of keep track. Whenever I fix a bug, I'm celebrating. I'm not actually updating it. So that was for the original pictures. And then anyway, so this is. So we're going to have get a bunch of scrap, and it's going to be similar to this, but we're going to have a secondary int of 4, and hope that I can just kind of work out a way of winging it and trying to work this out. So right, so find all references. So this might take us a little while. I think I'm going to give myself a sort of generous, I reckon another 30 minutes. See if I can do all of this in 30 minutes. So here we go. Right, so every time we're referring to this get a scrap card, we're going to also, because we want, it's going to be very similar. So Control C, Control V, get a bunch of scrap. So we still want the colour to be the same. Add a bunch of scrap cards to your deck. And that is still going to be the same. Okay, right. So you just follow it all through. Get a scrap card routine. We're going to have case DM reward potentials dot get a bunch of scrap. And I don't know if we can use this one still, or if we need to, but I'm going to have get a bunch of scrap routine. Like I say, we might be able to just refer to this, but let's fill in all the places. Over here. Aha! This is going to be interesting. This will be difficult. We'll come back to that. That's why I've given myself some time. Oh no, hold on. I didn't actually start the timer. Okay. I meant to reset and then start. Okay. Right. Okay. So yeah, so that bit's fine. This bit here. So yeah, here we go. So what we should do is, I think we just need to follow. Let's find out what this does. Let's go to this definition and find out what happens. So add a scrap card. Oh, maybe we can. Maybe I'm actually making more work for myself than is necessary. So what we should do is have private IEnumerator, which will be, in fact, let's just copy this, Control V, and we'll say get a bunch of scrap cards routine, and we want another argument which will be int secondary int. Okay, and then we just have a look, see what's happening here, and then see if we can just oh yeah. I mean, that is but it's just that's not the reason that you made that mistake was purely like, and I still have no idea how to this day it worked, but for some reason this Polanka, right, this number swapped to over here at some point, and I have no idea. I mean, I don't know if, like, while I was asleep, someone just snuck into my computer and thought, oh, this is going to mess everything up. Let's just change this number over here and move the other ones up, but keep everything else the same. And and it's going to frustrate anything. Anyway, by changing all of these numbers back, all the references lined up, and it's fine now. Right. So we've got this secondary in. So we kind of want to know what exactly is going on. So we can change this to these scrap cards will be added to your deck. Oh wow, this looks easy. This looks absolutely really easy. Okay, fantastic. Oh man, I've made this too easy. Oh man, I've given myself half an hour. I reckon I can do this in 7 minutes. Okay, it's way too easy. This is the cockiness part of me. So right, okay. So essentially, all we need to do is we need to work out how we can fit it all. So the local position is not going to be there. It's going to be. Let's just do some maths. It should be. -1 + 1 -3 4 -4. Okay. It's -1. Okay. So okay. Right, yeah, okay. Yes. Sorry, I'm so happy. I reckon I can do this. Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. What I could do actually is, as far as, and this actually goes for anyone else out in the chat as well. If anyone wants to have a go, by all means. But I'm gonna get a proper up-to-date version once I've got these fixed, because I do want to fix all these little things as well. And I want to see if I can get that done. Then I'm going to make a version, and I can get a private thing in my Discord that I can just, and I should be able to send it. I don't know whether it'll be easier on Itch or Steam. Probably, let's be honest, it's probably going to be easier on Itch. But I kind of want to have a private thing that I can send an actual full version so people can play. And Lakia, you are number one on that list. I will, as soon as I've got it ready, I'll let you know. And yeah, I don't know if you saw, I slightly nerfed the snake thing. I might not have nerfed it enough, but I've definitely nerfed it so it is easier. Right, so let's go. Control C, Control V equals null, and then okay. So for int I equals 0, I less than secondary int we might be able to change this, but in fact, let's do that. Okay. So yeah, the difference between me doing that and that means if I did that, it means you're waiting for each card to spawn one after another. Whereas if I do that, they all spawn at the same time, and you're just waiting for the last one to finally summon. And I think that'll look better. Okay, so we now go. Minus I plus minus secondary int plus 1 plus I. Okay, I don't know if that's right. We'll find out in a sec. I'm excited. Right, so summon. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. I mean, yeah, sure. I don't think this number... I'm just going to have this as 1. I don't think that number there means anything. I think you just have to put it in. Then it's waiting there. Okay. So what's happening is at this bit here, we're saying get hold of the particular scrap that we want. And then we're making this null because this bad boy, this variable is going to be cycling through, well, 4 times. And yeah, okay, so that's good. So I think these scrap cards will be added. Okay. Right. So now, if we go over here, get a bunch of scrap, and we say start coroutine, get a bunch of scrap cards routine, and that will be reward int and secondary int. And I just want to check that the while internal busy. So okay, that's fine. So now what we want to do, the thing which I'm a bit confused at is over here something's happening as well, and I don't really know. So this is the map test script. What significance has this got? Oh. So what we should do... yeah, this is fine. So if I have... right, I think this is all going to work first time and it'll be brilliant. Get a bunch of scrap. And the argument is going to be the reward int and that, yeah. So this should be fine. What's going down over here? What? So, what's the actual purpose? This is the generic reward master script. Oh, this is just saying what happens when you choose a card. I'm pretty sure we can just have get a bunch of scrap here, and then it should work. Okay, we are testing so many things at once. I think just through statistics, I'm sure I've got something wrong here. But I mean, it'll be sweet if this works first time. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll see if I can get one. Your PC, you're a PC gamer, aren't you? Because yeah, I'm looking forward to, because what I want to do is when I put the credits together, I want to have just a little image, an image of everything, of everyone who's really sort of contributed, and yeah, and I think that would just make it just be quite nice. It's like there's the name and then that, and it's also, this is one thing when it comes to putting the credits. Would you want me to just have your like Twitch handle, or have like your actual name and then the Twitch handle in the middle. Either way, like, yeah, anyone knows. So KO2 fan, it obviously goes without saying if you're still about. I'm not sure if you just want KO2 fan or what your name followed by that. Literally, I'm happy either way. I'll ask like different people and stuff. Oh yeah, cool. It'll probably be PC if I've got a choice, because PC is just easier to sort of to get ready. Okay, so so now all we need to do is go into here. That's what I wanted. Okay, so we are going to test the chain. All right, so let's go Control K C. Oh, on Control K C. No. Oh no. What is it to comment? I can't remember. Hold on. I might have even written it down somewhere. Okay. All right. What is it to comment? Control KC. I'm sure it's Control KC. Oh yes, it is. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So that's all commented out. Get a bunch of scrap. Right. We're gonna go for chain. See if it works. See if it's gonna be. So yeah. Right. Okay. Oh yeah, but I mean, like, it's not like super. It's not like super essential. And to be, I haven't even thought of credits yet. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah. You just go. Yeah, one of these. Yeah. Right, I can't remember which one it is either. Okay, so we are going to go for the chain. Actually, incidentally, right? The chain is one of my favourite songs from that band. Oh, why? Okay, it's come out of my head entirely. Okay, right. So this is all good so far. We just want to click this because we know this works. Just click this anyway. And it's interesting actually, right? I'm not gonna say anything, right? But if you're still about, what one would you pick at this point? Would it be Dynamic Recruit, Regal Wendy, or Inspiring Pop? I mean, I know which one I would pick. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll test Palanca as well. Yes, yeah, me too. Regal Wendy. Yeah. Okay, good. Right, get a bunch of scraps. Right, okay. There's so many things that we're testing in one go. I'm excited. Right, is this going to work? Okay, right, fine. I obviously got one variable wrong there, but I know what the variable is. But I kind of actually want to just double check what the actual variable is. I thought I did it ×2. So if that was hypothetically -1, yeah. Okay, so we needed to make the x one more. Okay, but that's okay. Right, that's still fine. Oh, that's yeah. Okay, right. We didn't quite get everything right, but we can do it all now. I'm going to fix it before we give it another shot because I know the problems that we've done. So if we go into the Destiny text box script, we go over here, go to definition. We close that because it's still, as much as I've done all the pictures for it, I meant to have that to be ×2. Yeah. And why are we adding 1 there? It's too complicated to explain, but trust me, you do need to add 1. I think it just kind of keeps everything aligned. Okay, so that's good. And what we really should do is what's happening here? Oh, yeah. Okay. So what we should do is maybe this will be okay. I'll kind of want this. Control C, Control V, and there. Okay. So I think we're there. I think we're still there. It only added one card because I didn't do a I just forgot to actually add it 4 times. So I think we're still on track. So the chain, yeah, we have. I always like to just check that because it was 4 before. It's gone down by 1, which is what I wanted to happen. All right. Oh, I haven't got any tickets. Never mind. Let's go. I probably should give myself. Oh no! I don't have enough money. Okay. To be fair, it doesn't matter what level we do, as long as. The only reason I picked level 7 was because I really wanted to. I want to see if I can do level 7 after the little changes that I've made. Bam! Rah. Right. Okay. Good. That's perfect. Oh. Okay. Good. Good. That's pretty much what I was after, right? And then the game freezes on this. Okay. So you are frozen at this point. That's fine. There's obviously something that I've missed. So, was there actually an error message that came up? No, there wasn't. Okay. Never mind. Yeah. We're almost there. I've just got to try and work out. So maybe if we had that, we just didn't bother about that. Oh, hang on a sec. Yeah, because we're making the same one. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, I know the problem. I know what it is. I still find this funny. It's big. I mean, it's obvious what the problem is. We've got this this one variable that's trying to count for all of them. We need to turn this into a variable, into an array. But I just fine. Okay, right. It's okay. Right. I can do it. I can turn it into an array. We've just got to do it. So we've just got to just get it done. Right. Rename to. Okay, with an S there. This is going to be an array. This is going to equal a new individual victory, and it will be the size of secondary int. Okay, we now go for all of these. Over here, we're going to have Okay, over here. Do we really need? Actually, why don't we actually put this in? See if it's too slow, because I still don't think it'll be. It's still going to be really quick. So that's fine, and then. And let's go keep that in as well. Okay. Right. Yeah, of course we needed to make it an array. How are we ever going to get rid of it if we just keep reassigning it to something else? Okay, right. So I think that's all we need to do. And we'll give it Right, okay. So chain, it's already set up there. I don't know why I'm clicking here, but I just want to just check if that's good. So we've got it set as chain. We press play. We go new game, and then we should be all good. Right. So currently we've got 14 cards. So just to confirm, that's the 10 original cards, the 2 cards that we've got from levels, and the 2 scrap cards that you get as one of the disadvantages. Right. Now we're about to add 4 more. Okay. Now, as much as I can highlight over these, and these really should, when they're highlighted, kind of go in front of everything else. It doesn't matter too much. if I just click on anyone or this, but let's click on that. Bam, 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 bam. Still felt a bit slow, didn't it? But then, I wonder what card. I wonder what card I'd choose there. The joke, of course, being that I would obviously choose Boy Royston every time because that's my favourite card. Okay. yeah. I'd probably do the same. Yeah. So we've got all the cards. Okay, fantastic. Right, that feels like we're pretty good. Okay, right, I'm going to... right, don't worry, I'm actually not leaving quite yet. I'm just getting an energy drink. And we're going to keep ploughing on. I need energy. Right. There. Right. So that's actually really good. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. So we can actually just change, and we'll do the same with Polanka to make sure this still works. So, in fact, all of this stuff, this is old news. Get out of here, right? And at this point here, we're going to get rid of that, get rid of all that, and then we're going to go Control C, Control V, and I can't remember if it was 3 or 4 bits of trash. Let me no, you know what, let's undo everything. What was it? It was hold on. It was 4. Okay, that's fine. So it's 4, but it's weaker ones. So now we can just test Polanka, check that it works. But yeah, there's some cards which, there's some cards that are just very good the whole time. There's some cards that are really good later, and because things like, say, Being Realist is really good early, but actually quite bad later on. I quite like the design of that card because, in a way, if you want a card which is, gives you a good head start in the game, Being Realist is perfect. But because that gives you a number of attackers and defenders to bring you up to 16, but later on it's actually useless. It's just wasting a card slot. Right. Okay. So that's Polanka. Add 4 toxic scrap toxic scrap, and choose 1 level 3. Let's give this one a try. New game. Right. Yeah, it's true. Oh yes, let's go. That does feel a little slow, but that's not the end of the world. Yeah. I know which one you would pick. I would actually do that, by the way. I would actually probably... yes, that's because we did Polanka. Yeah, this was Polanka. So look, so instead of getting 2 level 2s, we've got 1 level 3. So yeah, for the record, I would probably go different strategy here, because I mean, actually, yeah, it's like if ever we can. So yes, this is Snaky now. In theory, he's slightly easier. Actually, we're doing this on level 6 as well, so of course he'll be easier. But I mean, part of me wants to actually see if I can get the different strategy combo working. Oh, it looks like I can't. Oh no! Right, okay. We don't lose hope. I want to thin the deck out. Oh, you're right. You are right. I actually wanted to give large scrap. Actually, yes. Good. You are actually almost certainly right there. Let's go find all the references here. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've got to work out. Yeah. I mean, because that would fix the whole problem. Yes, you are right. But we could. I mean, we could change this to large scrap as well. Yeah, poor Toxic is evil. No, you know what? I'm in agreement because, like, proportionally as well, the Toxic scraps, it's like 3 is... That's one of those breaking points where it's like 3 mana is over half of your mana that turn. Whereas, in theory, you can fit it in... Yeah, okay, so we've changed it there. We just need to change it over here as well. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Actually, I think. Oh yeah, huh. I mean, it's at this point, it's not too hard to change that. Yeah. Do we do that? You know what? Right. I mean, like literally, so far you have not. You have not got. I haven't gone too far wrong with your suggestions so far. So we do that. We just need to change the wording over here. So it's add 4 Toxic scrap and choose 2 level 3 cards. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Brilliant idea. Yeah, completely. I'm on board with that. Yeah. I think the only... Yeah, no. I think that's balanced because it's like 2 level 3 cards is an enormous boost. But having 4 Toxic on top of the 2 that you already have, like, it's an absolute panic in the first, like, couple of battles to survive long enough to try and get rid of these Toxic scrap. Yeah, I'm actually entirely on board with that. Right, yes, okay. Right, so, right, now let's sort out more of the problems that we had with boosts. So let's go recreate the problem. Yeah, you're probably right. You're entirely right. I definitely should test. Like, part of me was thinking, nope, I've changed it there. But you are right. Let's go play on the safe side. So the chain here, we're going to press play. This one should be 4 large scrap. And 2 level 2 cards. So that's good. Large. That still feels a little slow doing that, but that's not too bad. And then these are indeed 2 level 2s. So I can go back to title. You're actually probably right. I mean, it's one of those things where kind of like, now that you say that now, why didn't you suggest that about a year ago? That's a fantastic idea. Do you know, like, every time I want to, I'm like, oh, I need more Rumple tokens. Every single time, I need to go out of here, go onto this, go like over here, go wherever the Rumple tokens is, which is, I think it's, I can't even remember. I've got to find it. Then be like, okay, 5,000. Okay, all right. Then unpause. Then go into, then like exit the game, right? And then play, right? If there was a, yeah, I should, yeah. It's like, I should have done that a while ago, actually. Yes. Let's go. Right. So I'm not going to put too much effort into like. Yeah, what we could do, we could actually have just a few buttons which update it. It's just the only problem is updating on the UI. That's going to be suddenly work. So I might just have a button which just internally adds it, and you've got to swap over to change it. But yes, I definitely should do that. Let's go. I tell you what, I will. If I've got chance at the end, I'll do that. I kind of want to I want to sort out this one as well. So let's go buy a Royal Punch. Actually, I think we've got enough anyway. Oh, 100%, literally 1000%. You're right. I mean, like, I genuinely think, like, if I spent maybe half an hour to an hour fixing that an hour ago, it would have saved me. It would have saved me days, like literally maybe 10, 15 hours of me like having to yeah, you know, it's like I'm more annoyed at myself that I didn't think about doing it sooner. So you know what, that is actually, we probably should do that. I think I'm completely in agreement. Ooh, yeah. I'm not sure exactly how I would do. Oh yeah, actually, oh my god, yes, yeah, I could. Yeah, okay, all right. Yeah, okay. Let's first of all let's do the easy thing. I say easy thing. I don't know. So what we're doing, we're gonna let's go, yeah, just because I'm. Oh yeah. So right. So we have now dealt with. We've dealt with the whole having to get loads of rubbish. Yeah, you're right. Because I do want to add one more card. I've already done the artwork for it, and that's the X card, the Vivax card. Right, so that's good. Okay, right. So, Royal Punch. We've got 3 of them. Right, should get an angry card and an angry Chuck. Yeah, angry, angry Chuck card and a. Let's go to anyone that we've got years on. Yeah, that's fine. And I think it's called Chuck's Exhibit. Right, and I just want to check the problems and then try and fix them. Okay, add a level 1 card to your deck. It will always be that, which is great. And add this construct. Yeah, I think the problem starts here. This is where the problem goes. Because I'm pretty sure it should say the information of it. So we'll have to just follow the line. Yeah. Follow the link of events or the chain of events and see if we can fix it. So now if we press play. So the Angry Chuck does work, and you're entirely right. You hover over, you just get this grey square. This isn't doing anything. This doesn't mean anything. It doesn't know what it's doing. But by all intents and purposes, this works fine. It is only this that's the problem. So let's see if we can try and work out what's going down, what's happening. Right. So Royal Punch. Get a specific construct, and we've got reward int 10. So I would guess, let's have a look. If we go into the master script, and we kind of want to find construct type. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, so it should just be 1. Oh. Hold on. So if that's the case, would that just... No, maybe that wouldn't fix it. I think this might fix it. I think this will fix it, actually. For some reason I put 10 there. No, I know why I put 10 there, actually. But I don't need to do it anymore. Yeah. So I think literally just me deleting that 0 there might fix it. The reason being, the reason I think it fixes it is because when you have wine, it says let's see if I can read it. It's the reward int is a random number between 0 and this monstrosity of code here, which is basically saying how many values are there of this particular enum, which is 10. So it's going to pick a number between 0 and 10, but not 10 itself, so 0 and 9. And which will give you a random one. And the reason I wanted to do this complicated bit instead of writing just 10 is it gives me the option to add more constructs later if I wanted to. So I think Royal Punch should be active now. I think it was literally as simple as just... the reason I had it at 10 before was because I think my original plan... it was either going to be a random one or a specific one. And if it was a specific one, it'd have to be above 10. I don't really know. No, I have no idea. Right, let's actually make sure we've got the right thing. Royal Punch, let's go. New game. Yeah, Chuck's exhibit. After summoning attackers, summon one more. And that's the card. But we still want to just double check it works. I'm pretty sure. It'll all work now. Right. So when you summon attackers, summon one more. So this should be 9 attackers. Yeah. Okay. All right. That one's fixed. Like I said, I'm not sure exactly. I think generally the boosts get better the later on, as in the more expensive boosts are better. Unfortunately, I live near a busy-ish road, and it does feel like sometimes I feel like if ever there's any helicopters or planes, it's as if they're like, oh right, we need to make sure it is as loud as it possibly can be over this particular person's house. So let's see if we can go as slow as we possibly can, as loud. And it's like, okay, this person's house gone, right, we can go back to full speed. But yeah, right. It's also I've got my back window open. But if it's getting too loud, I can always change that. Right. So another case solved. Right. Bugs fixed. Let's go up this to 6. And even though it's we're a little bit late to the party, we're going to we're gonna have a way of adding more Rumble tokens. Rumble tokens and coins. So I've got to work out a good way of trying to do this. Hold on. You know, sometimes in my head, I've got a good sort of fancy way of doing things, and I feel like if I can do something, I've got a kind of clever an idea in my head. Let me just try and work this out. So. Control MO, void update. So right, what letters, what key down things should we have? And I think we should have it on there. So something like Rumple level master script dot instance dot oh. I think it's actually on the game info script. Oh yeah, done. Absolutely no problem at all. Game info script dot instance dot rumple tokens plus equals, yeah, say 100, and that'll be. Does that actually work? F5, yeah. I think here we might need to do a little bit of a check, because I think the gold coins are actually stored. Oh no, they're just stored there, it's fine. Yeah, and yeah, like I say, I probably should do some sort of indication to tell the player that it's doing it. But that's useful, and then so yeah, let's just stick with that. Yeah, completely agreed. Right, okay. Yeah, that probably makes sense. So, right, I feel there could almost be a music video on my fight against the machine / Unity. Right, if you actually look right in the game, I do not use UI at any point whatsoever. So for me to update anything, I have to manually know exactly what I need to update. So what I should do is, in fact, yeah, let's go. Yeah, we can do this. So if I, we'll put this somewhere else. In fact, let me just go. We're gonna scripts. We'll call it a core script because it's probably pretty important. Create C# script. Zach and Lax. Zach and Lack debug script. That's good. And over here, oh, I didn't mean to do that actually. I meant to go into this one here, add it there. And now we can edit this script. Control X. Control V. And then and what we should do is like we want to kind of check for various different things. We want to look for different things. So if I press play, because this is one of those things that I should have done a long time ago. Ah no, Zach and Lax debug script sounds way more fun. Okay, so what we should do is we just need to, because this is a completely different script to. So let's have a look at this one. I think we've just got a nice little. I think this is just update Rumple token. Oh, that's interesting. So what? You know when you kind of look at old code and you just think it surely makes more sense to say if not updating, then do that. Yeah. Okay. And then this is the bit of code that we want. So I haven't made it a thing. So Rumple token counter script equal token counter script equals find object of type token counter script if token counter script is not equal to null, then token counter script dot update that. So that's kind of this is the town bit, because we can't, there's no changing the gold coins in the town. As much as we can press it, it won't do anything. We've just now got to go into the map test script and fix that as well. Yeah, okay. So first of all, let's just check this works on here. So I think this will work. Okay. didn't. It didn't work. No, I think actually there's an easier way of doing this. So just to confirm. Oh wait a sec. Sorry. Okay. Maybe did I just press the wrong button? I mean that'll be hilarious if that is the case. So if you press F5, Rumble tokens update by 100. So it's as if it didn't recognise that hit. Whereas it really should have. That's odd. Let me try again. Oh, I pressed F6. Okay, right. Yes. Okay. Right, that's pretty useful, isn't it? Okay, so we can just add as much as we like. Yeah, okay. Now, let's actually go into a game. Let's just go resume, it's fine. You've got to come up with more fun names. It's like, I think I was discussing with KO2 fan like several months ago now. We almost did a ballot for a name of a particular script, and then unfortunately the consensus landed on to call the script "Delete This Script," which, I mean, to be fair, has led me into quite a few troubles. But I was like, no, I regret nothing. The joke is too good. The joke is too pure that we've got to keep it. So, oh yeah, right. So now. We want to update this. We want to know how to update all of this. So, yes, exactly. I know, I'm paying the price. I'm already paying the price. Edit script. So what all we need really is definition. I think if I just do this, public. Get private set. Get private set. Oh yeah, of course, we don't need that. We don't need that. So now, main map info script. So we can actually just see if that does equal. Yeah, we don't need to do any find business. We can just say. Main map main info script map main equals oh no, I think we can do this. And then we can have if map main is not equal to null, we can then have the only we'll just go through that. It's going to be a bit painful. It's going to look a little ugly, but this is fine. Then we want to have and then we want to have another one saying if map main dot underscore rumple UI tag is not equal to null, then we want to have map main dot underscore rumple dot update value. I think that's the one. Let's just double. Oh no, nope, that's not right. Oh right, we actually have to put it on there, which is fine. Should be game info script dot instance dot rumple tokens. Okay, and we've got to kind of do the same for the coinage as well. So we can use a lot of this, but just change a bit of it. So we've got if underscore gold coin, then underscore gold coin UI script dot update value, and that should be just gold coins, but I want to double check. Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, it's fine. So yeah, let's give this a test. I don't think we need it anywhere else in the game, so I think that this is the only bits. Oh yeah, I mean the thing is it does genuinely. It leads to so many like comical like problems that are problems when you don't actually give them proper names. But like in my head, I really do feel we're definitely on the we're at the finish line with this game. I'm very close. I want to release this game. If I can, I want to have it out by like in June. Right, that's, you know, and I think that is very possible, you know, like, you know, kind of like I want to start, I don't want to put too many more things, I want to balance a few things, I want to add one more card, because there's still loads of things that I want to put in, but you have got to put a limit, you have got to stop at some point and be like, no, this is it, this is all the things that I want to put in, and then maybe make a patch later where I can put in more stuff. Anyway, right, so let's go test. Have I saved everything? Yep. So let's go. I haven't actually. Oh yes, of course. Interestingly enough, it doesn't save the game when you do it, but I'm kind of fine with that. It doesn't matter. Right. So here we go. So that works fine, and we're going to go resume game. Right. So these are the numbers at the moment. Oh yes, of course. The reason that's 100. Yeah, so okay, that's a little slow, isn't it, to update? Okay. That's definitely a bit too slow. I can update that a bit faster, but that does work. So I've pressed it twice. I think in theory it should be going all the way up to 400. Yeah, let's go make that a bit faster. I like the idea that it slows down, but it just feels a bit fast. What about this one? Again, same problem, but we can work on making that a bit faster. Yeah, I think it's more like, because the problem is now this is right. So let me tell you something that's quite funny. Right now, I am not one in general whenever there's any big events. Right, I'm not really that interested in many big events. It's like I often see them as more sort of things that kind of get in the way. It's like, as much as Christmas, it's lovely, you gotta like Christmas, it's brilliant. I always just think, you know, it's like I find it quite stressful, to be honest, right? And it goes with every other sort of event that you can think of. It's like with the coronation, the King's coronation, I was reading a book, right? I was like, no, I'm just not that interested. However, when it came to New Year's Eve, right, you know, when you kind of make a sort of New Year's resolution, I actually really did. I was like, oh no, there is something that I really want to do this year. I really want to release this game. I really do. I also, ideally, in an ideal world, you know, somehow get a job in game development. I was like, these are things that I absolutely want to do, and I've never been as focused. I've been like, yeah, I've been properly focused. I've been like, yes, this is my main thing. And I think I'm not very good at doing multiple things at once. So it's like I've been putting literally so much, even though I haven't been streaming necessarily loads, I've been thinking about what my next move is, the next thing that I'm going to do in my game. Oh, fair enough. I'll speak to you soon, though, man. But yeah, really, thank you so much, though, for all the help. It's been brilliant. Yeah, really, really good. Right, so anyway, I'll get rocking. So that actually is useful now. So we can do this whenever we want to add more coins, if for whatever reason we need to. Okay, that is sweet. Okay, where are we up to next? So that is, I'll call it a bug fix, even though it's not really a bug fix per se. But we've got that. We've got a nice debug thing that we can sort out. Right, now let's go through the list, find all the things that need fixing. Right. Right, so I'm actually having a little look because I was having a discussion with Lakia in Discord as to the things that I need to sort out. That one's fixed. That's all good. Looks like we've tweaked a lot of that. Right. Again, sorry, slightly talking to myself. Apologies. Oh yeah, So there was a discussion of maybe exchanging Rumple tokens for coins, which I think I like to keep Rumple tokens as a separate element. So as much as that might actually feel like it will make sense, and it probably might even do, I personally would rather have Rumple tokens and coins as entirely separate entities. Let's have a look. Oh yes, so this is just the one fixing. So we fixed another. That's just the upgrade. It's where it upgrades the card into a Bombi Nation instead of the card it should do. So that one's fixed. Right. Okay. So now. So we've got two difficult things to do. One of them's going to be fun, one of them's not. Why don't we do this, the more fun one? Okay, all right. So, let's get cracking. We're going to make a new card, one more card. This will be the last card for a while. Even though I've got more ideas for different cards I want to put in. And I've even done a few drawings and artwork for different cards. Because there's actually a particular streamer. Let's see if I can get it. Hold on. I'll bring this over here. Totem. Relaxing Victor. So there's a streamer, really good Hearthstone streamer that I do quite like. And I made this really cool animation. I mean, it's not a great animation. It's quite poor. But, and I was like, I don't really know. Like, I was like, oh, yes, good. Well, you make the totem first, right? And then you decide what it's going to do. And I was like, well, I don't know what the totem's going to do. So we've got a whole slot for something that we could have put in, but I don't even know what I want that totem to do. So it's more like I have got, things that I'm looking to do, but I couldn't really think of a good idea. So now we're going to go card sprites, card art latest, and if I go into here, I'm looking at the wrong one. Oh yes, right. So this is going to be Vivax Extreme. Now, hopefully from a distance it doesn't look too bad. It's just you're like, oh wow, it's this weird sort of colourful thing. Now, unfortunately, because I think Vivax, I think he used to stream, but I don't know if I've ever actually seen his face. So I'm just using his profile picture and trying to make a picture from it. Anyway, so this is going to be Vivax Extreme. We need to save it as save everything as PNG. This will just take a little while. That's fine. And yeah, so this one here. This is, by the way, these two pictures here. These were different. These were basically, this is Angry Chuck and Iron Clawed, but in different colours, where they might do the equivalent. But I don't know. That's more like, again, another sort of future idea. But we have got to actually start limiting what we put in, because I'm getting too many Like I'm getting too many. I'm suffering from feature creep where I've got too many things that I want to put in. So it's like, I just thought I'd let you know I do have plans, like more plans than this, but I feel like I do want to release this game, or otherwise, you know, I'll just never release it. We're going to go into our resources, sprites, card art. Yeah, so we're going to chuck, let's just close all of this to make it a little bit simpler. And then put this new one in here. And that's fine. I just need to change it to 89, so it's at the end there. And we need to change this to 128, point and none, and apply. And now we're going to make Vivax Extreme. I think the easiest way for us to start is where we have a card that's called Sniper Team. Because this uses X, I think if we just duplicate this, but we're going to call this... Actually, what did I decide to call it? I think I was going to call it Vivax Extreme. But let's go have a little look. I'm just going to look at the sort of rough details as to what I wanted it to be. I've got it written down somewhere. I'm sure I typed it. Or did I just type it in my mind? Oh, here we go. Yeah, Vivax. Yeah, but I kind of want it to be like... oh yeah, so we'll actually need to add a new card enum that's called Vivax Extreme. And I've got to make a strong decision as to what I'm actually... how I'm going to spell it. But let's go into the master script. And... card action enum, card name enum. So there's loads here. That's 84. So we can go comma Vivax, and I just like extreme. Yeah, just with an X to really, you know, I don't know. I just like it. Right. Okay, that's good. So we've got that here, and now we need to rename this to Vivax Extreme. And we just need to change bits here. So, oh no, do I have to? That's right. There is a quicker way of doing this. Vivax Extreme. Okay, so and the actual what I want it to do is let's go look at the text here, because we want to use similar. Spend your remaining mana coins to add that many attackers times 2. If you spend 3 or more mana, spend 3 or more, heal the town for 10, vanquish. Okay, so there's a chance we might be able to do, like, essentially have all of our cake and eat it. Right, we might be able to do all of this. So we need to change these numbers here. So I think it should be 5 attackers. That'll be 5. If you spend 3 or more, you'll have 10. That can just be attackers. That's Misk, and that should be Misk. Okay. Okay. And now I think we can just Control C, Control V. oh yeah, of course. So this bit here. So we're just kind of breaking up all the things. Because we might be able to be a bit sneaky and just use this same thing here. So or use very similar code. So this one here heals. So we might have to call it Recruit X heal, like a new one. But let's have a look. So that will always be non-armored attacker. And we'll kind of work it out from there. So and using X, this one here is true. Okay, so now we need to go into our we actually need to change scene, and we're going to try and get this card to work, because there is actually more things I want to add, because I like the idea of like maybe, and this is just throwing ideas out there, might be a terrible idea, but I like the idea of potentially it being something like you spend that much to get that, but if you spend 3 or more, right, only then do you vanquish it. So if you've only got 2 mana left over, it's quite useful. You can do it, and you can still have that card in your deck to play later. But if you want to commit 3 mana, then you vanquish it. So it's like, you know, there's a bit more strategy involved. I like that as an idea, but I don't know how easy that's going to be to execute. Okay, right, so I think all of this is good. We just need to go scenes, main game, and I think master, we've got the card master, no it's not that one actually, it's something like the card action script, this one. Right, so yeah, we've got a big old switch statement. I think, is this the one? I think this is the one. Right. So, Recruit X. So let's find out what's happening here. Because I might need to just have another one that's called Recruit X Heal, which does almost the same stuff. Yeah. So, let's go. First of all, go to definition. All right, we're going to add a new one here, comma, Recruit X Heal. Actually, let's close. Oh, I didn't need to do that. Never mind. Edit script. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Control C, Control V, Recruit X, Heal, and oh yeah, Beans to Summon X Heal, we'll call it. Actually, maybe I should just change it to just H, just so that I know that it's the heal version. Yeah, because another issue is whenever you're doing a switch statement, despite the fact we're starting this bit here and we're breaking, because I've introduced a variable called Beans to Summon X, right? It's not letting me call it there, so I have to change it slightly, which always feels a bit wrong. It feels wrong. I won't lie, it just feels wrong. Okay, so we probably don't need this debug anymore, but we may as well keep it at here. So if beans to... Oh, yes, I see what you're saying, yes. So all of this actually does work. So the mana spent times by the key int, which is 5. So let's just say you spend 3 mana. It will be 3 times 5. If the mana spent is greater than... Oh, that's interesting that I've got 3 there. That should be... Let me have a look. Let's see if I can actually make that, because you don't really want to have just flat like numbers there. You want to actually be referring to something. So let me have a look. This is like fixing other stuff. Might even be breaking it, but I'm sure it's not. Condition in 1. Yeah, that should be. Yeah. So instead of it being 3 there, it should be card so dot key int ca dot condition int. I think that's what we need. Yeah, that's fine. And so here we should have the same thing. So we're going to actually experiment with all the snipers as well. Yeah, because yeah, like I say, whenever you see just a number saying 3 there, it's normally a mistake of some sort. So if you spend more than that, we actually want to heal the town. And actually we can put that underneath as well. So let's try and work out where we're going for this next. So here we want to essentially we do need this number here, but we want to say like heal amount. So how do we heal the town? There's going to be actual other cards, so I'm just going to actually look for the word heal and then we'll find it. So this is 493, just yeah. So heal, bees heal. How does this work? I think this is all we need. So it's this one. Yeah, it's basically all of this is all we need. Control C. So let me go back to where I was. Over here. Control V. Heal town. For that. And I like the idea that I'm making the heal a lot better as it levels up. So let's have a look. So we are summoning the particular being unit. I think this looks okay. Oh yes, what we also need to do is let me go back to the original one, because we need to actually have this one as well. While, yeah, this one's busy. Okay. Okay. Right, so is that all the things that we need? So as it is, at this precise moment, regardless of whether you spend 0 mana or 1,000,000 mana, it doesn't matter, it's always going to vanquish. And it's one of those things that I like the idea that it sort of only vanquishes conditionally, but I think that might be quite hard to implement. Because, yeah, like with this one here where you recruit rangers, it doesn't matter how much you spend, it always destroys the card from the deck. But I think this one here, right, so Vivax Extreme gives you a bunch of attackers, you wait for them to summon, then this happens. So let's give this a try. So Vivax Extreme, Recruit X Heal. Okay, so key in, the actual generic key int is 0, which is referring to this 0 here. So it's 5 times by the amount of mana where we get from there. If it's greater than our conditioning, which is 1, which is referring to this one here, which is 3, which is the amount of mana, then we also heal and follow this for 10. Okay, so I think we add it to the deck. Oh yeah, actually I should change this bit here to 0, 1. And then Control D. 2. Let's go add all the versions of it. So that's 2, and we want to duplicate that. That'll be 3. And we just need to make the numbers higher as you upgrade it. So when it's level 2, I think it should be 5 times. Is this actually a little rubbish? Do we need to make the attack a bit more? I'm trying to think if I should actually make it maybe 6. Oh, this is a tough one because I'm 6, 9, and 12. No, 6, 7, 8. 6 over here. Card level is 2. 7. Oh, sorry. 6. 6. 6. Yep, okay, that's fine. The level 2 version will be 7, but instead of hitting town there, I think it should be maybe 18. And this one here should be 12, and that should be 30. It's 12. And this one here needs to be level 3. So I just need to alter all the numbers. So we're kind of getting all the things in place to check that it works. Is there anything else that I need to do? I think that's it. Okay, so now I've got it quite cleverly set up here to say don't load. So that way we can just change whatever cards we want, yeah, we can just change our deck to whatever we want. So we kind of want to add, we want to check sniper teams as well. So if I go 0 right now, and then we just add one more, which we're going to call sniper team, because I want to add some of these as well, just so we can test to see if this works as well. And by the way, it gets a proper pain, because whenever you press plus, you kind of want to think, oh, well, if I want to add loads, I'm going to click it loads. But it moves off center, and then it clicks on something random, which gets a bit annoying sometimes. So we'll add some sniper teams, just purely because I still want to check, because I've changed the changed what sniper teams do now, or I've changed how the code works. So I want to check that they work as well. And this will be Vivax Extreme. Okay, I think that's all we need, so I think we're ready to give it a try. Oh yes, right, okay, so that's good. Oh, I see what I've done there. I see a problem here. I forgot to give it the... I forgot to do the most exciting thing. Didn't change the picture. So over here, we're going to go... I think it's this one. Yeah. Okay, we've just changed the picture, so it's a little bit easier to read. So let's go just test. This is a level 1/1. So we've got 5 mana here, and this summons 5 times 2 rangers. But if you spend 3 or more, it summons an additional 3. So this should, in theory, give us 13 rangers. And it does, and it's vanquished. Everything's good. Alright, unfortunately we can only test 1 card at a turn because it's using all of our mana. Okay. Right, so let's go test... let's go start with the level 1/1. Okay. This... and it's luckily I've intentionally manipulated so we've got less life to begin with, so we can actually test this. So what are all the things that we're looking to happen? Is this going to work? Is this going to be awesome? Is this going to do all the things that we want it to do? So Vivax Extreme, right? We play it, right? It's going to do. We've got 5 mana here, so it's going to do 5 times 6, which is 30. It's going to summon 30 attackers. If we spend 3 or more, heal the town for 10. I've got the word 10 twice. Okay, that's fine. We can change that. I just got to remember that. So let's see. Are all the things going to happen? We want to see 30 and then this to shine, this to go up by 10. Let's go. 30. And that's healed for 10. Boom. All right, let's go. Let's go. Okay. We may as well see if we can... yeah, we're just going to test them all out, really. We're also going to do a bit of bug testing as well. Let's try a level 2 one. So this is 5 times 7, which is 35, and it'll heal us for 18. So we should have 65 attackers at the end of this, and I've realised 12 is way too high, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm just crunching numbers. I've realised I've kind of gone off the rails slightly. So here. We should be on 1 to 8 life, and we should have 65 attackers. 65, 1 to 8, boom. Okay, and I just want to see what happens if I just waste it. See if we get any error messages. Yeah, nothing happens, which is completely fine. Oh, then we just win. Okay, that's fine. We just need to do one last little thing, so I've actually got all of these highlighted. I just need to get rid of that. All right. That's brilliant. Okay, right, yeah, Vivax Extreme is now a playable card. I just need to check that it is playable. Yeah, it should be fine. It should be fine. Because we've got the deck addable. Yeah, it's useful, the fact that I copied another card, because it will keep so many of the same values. So, yeah, so that's all good. Right, and I just want to check as well. So the important thing that we've got to be cautious of is where it says card level, is that it does actually align to what it says. So strategy totem, yeah. So if we go back over to Vivax Extreme, it is card level 1, and it's saying level 1 there, 2 and 3. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, right. Okay, so Vivax Extreme. I haven't done any sort of fun animation for it yet. I might do that a bit later, but I feel like I really do want to get this game released and stuff. I want, you know. So anyway, right now it's time. You know when you kind of want to say to say on the stream, yep. Now we're going to try and do the painful bit, which well, I'm here in spirit. I'm here in spirit. Right. What we need to just pretend we're doing something more exciting than what's happening. So let's go. I think if we, I think I'm going to give this 45 minutes. I'll have 45 minutes work on this, and if I'm finding it too difficult, I'll save it for another day. But let's see how much we can get done in 45 minutes. Okay. Boring. I know, it's not exciting. Let's go. Just get rid of that. I always like to say that whenever I see a debug, this code is clearly terrible and it needs fixing. Yeah, I know what code that is. I know that, chestnut. Right, anyway, here we go. Right, the sooner we start it, the sooner it's over. I just need to remain sane throughout it. Okay. So. This is the scary area. This is the thing that we've got to try and deal with. Right. So I think, actually, let me go back on to... is he just stalling for time because he can't be bothered to do this thing? No, it's fine. It's fine. We... I said I'd do it. Let's just get it done. Okay, right. First of all, I just want to check. I don't think anything's been saved. So I think if I just press play now, hopefully we've got all the data that we had from before, because that'll be useful. Yeah, we've got all the data here. So here's the issue that we have. Let me go create the problem, and then we'll try and solve it. So when you go onto menu, one-click cards is really useful. I mean, it's very useful. But I've clicked this on, right? And then I go like resume game, and it doesn't matter. I can now go say resume game all of the time, every time between scenes and every time anything happens, we're saving the game, right? So like if I were to hypothetically say, let's just turn the sound effects on, and then we turn it off, right? So it has saved, right? Right, and then we load again, or so we've now loaded all this is all the data, right? The sound effects, I switched from off to on, so it has saved, but this hasn't. And that is because this is a Boolean that needs referring to, but I need to try and load that data. Now, because there's going to be many people that have already sort of downloaded my game, and they're like, there's a new patch where you have one-click cards. Oh, that's interesting. Fantastic. But if I were to try and introduce this variable here and try and load it, the original, like any players who are suddenly getting the new patch have only got like this much data, and they don't have this, right? And that's what we're trying to work on. So we need to work out a way so that new, or players who have already got some data on a game, it won't crash when it tries to load this. So I think we've just kind of got to start from the beginning and try and work out. So let's see if I can actually create the problem and then try and work out a solution. But it's going to be quite hard to create this problem, to be honest. So we're going to have a public bool, which we're going to get rid of this, but we're just going to call it anything at all. The grand boy. Okay, couldn't think of a better name. Okay, so we've got a Boolean called grand boy. Okay, so why have we done all of that? Okay, so save game. Let's find out exactly what's happening in this. So reset. If grand boy data dot one click card active equals false. Okay. If grand boy oh yeah, I can do that. We're going to have data dot one click card active equals gis dot one click card active. Okay. All right. So we're going to create the error message and then see if we can use like throw and catch to try and fix it. So let's just have a little look as to what's happening. Oh, hold on. I don't need that there. Okay. Kind of want it right at the bottom. Yeah, I want it right at the bottom here. I think we can get rid of this green. Right. Yeah. So. That's interesting. What's happening over here? Oh, I see, yeah. Okay. Sorry, I was trying to work out why we're making stuff null, but it's just setting it up to have all of those. Right. Okay. So, so over here, we just want to have equals GIS dot one-click card active. Okay. So, yeah, because the problem is it's going to be quite hard to... Yeah, it's just going to be hard to do. I won't lie. This will be pretty difficult. So that's what we need at the end of there. So when we load the game, we're going to say, I think we can get rid of this now. GIS dot one-click card active equals that. Okay. That's all fine, but we want to just have this safety boolean. If grand boy, then all of this happens. And then reset game. Like I say, we're looking to get rid of grand boy. Why did I call it grand boy? There was many opportunities where I could have named it something else, but now we're committed. GIS dot one-click card active equals. Let's have it as false to begin with. Okay. Right, and update. Yeah, I don't need any of that. Okay. So we're still on the very early problems, at the very early stages. So now, let me try and explain the issue. We've got grand boy as false at the moment. So if we go on to save load script, we've got grand boy as false. So if I was to press play now, let's have a look. Everything works without any problem, but unfortunately this will always permanently remain false when we start. Okay, so now if I turn this on, right, we're going to create the error message that now not that it matters too much. I think if I try and press play now, which I will do because I do want to, you need to create the problem, right? You need to create the problem. I think not only will this crash, but I think it will corrupt all the data of this save file. Don't worry, it's not going to destroy the game. It's just going to corrupt all the save data stuff. Okay, so I'm going to press play now. Let's just check because I want to create this error message. Oh no, don't work. Please don't work. Oh no. Oh god. Why is that working? Ah no, I've never been so upset to actually see something work. That shouldn't have worked. That definitely shouldn't have worked. Okay. Alright, let's just... Oh god. Why did that work? That definitely shouldn't have worked. Why did that work? I was really hoping to have a, like, it's not often you hope to create an error message that corrupts all your data. Oh no, and now that works as well. Okay, right, this is a mind-blowing. That shouldn't have worked. That shouldn't be working. Why is that working? Okay. Right. Like I say, like, don't get me wrong, most people would be quite happy when something works perfectly, right? And this worked literally down to a T, completely perfectly. And I don't know why. Oh, maybe I do know why. Maybe I do know why. Okay, right. I need to quickly use the bathroom. I need to go to the toilet. I'll be right back. Right, okay. Okay, in my time over to the toilet, I worked out what the problem is. I know what the problem is. It is, I think, right, because I want to create the error message that we had. So the fact that it worked is seriously worrying, but I do know what the problem is. What we're going to do, we're going to take this one out, right? We're going to, hold on. Oh yeah, hold on. Okay, yep, that's fine. We're actually just going to green this out. We're going to have a few of these, to be honest. And this one here, we're going to green this out. Okay. So now I'm going to do a quick reset and then press play and pause. It's fine. Okay, so this is a fresh new file. Okay, a fresh new file similar to without this particular variable in place. So now I'm just going to say turn this off and on and then stop, and then we can get rid of that. Okay, so now if I were to put this one in, put that one in, and load and put this one in here. Okay, we and we don't have Grand Boy on. All right, and we press play. I think it will still work. Okay, that's good. This is all fine, right? But this particular data file that we've got saved doesn't have the one-click. It doesn't have. So the save file that we currently have doesn't have this, right? So now, if I were to put Grandboy on, hopefully this will create the glitch which will soft lock everything and corrupt all the data. I know you're thinking, why do you want to do that? Why does anyone want to do that? It's because I know that this is a really good learning experience essentially. So now, hopefully, right? It's like, please create an error message and corrupt all the data. Come on, we want the error message. No, God, this is like my nightmare. It's like, why is everything working so well? I don't understand. Let me just see. Okay, so that hasn't saved. But if I was to do that and then exit game. I mean, this is really weird. This is really weird. It's as if it hasn't acknowledged that there's a problem. Oh, wait a sec. I do know what the problem is. I don't know how to fix it because so the issue that we've got. Okay, yeah, I've got it. Yeah, I know the issue. I just don't know how to fix it. So the problem that we've got is upon reset, yeah, I think, hold on, save game. Let me just try and work this out. This does require a bit of... Because I have a feeling that just because this variable has existed at one point, it means that the data file will always have it on record. Yeah, okay. So with this much in, like I say, not many people, when they're trying to make a game, create a... have this issue, because this sounds like a great issue to have, the fact that I was expecting an error message and it's not. But I'm sure in theory people who have got this save file already won't have this variable, because okay. What I'm going to do, this is going to be something where it's like, as I say, I mean, it's not too bad, right? At the moment, the big problem is that whenever anyone's playing, and like most people like this one card click to be active, and every time they play a fresh one, they have to actively click this to turn it on, and then when they turn it off, it resets to being off again. And I want this to be a sort of thing that just remains saved forever. And yeah, so I'm going to try and see if I can fix that. Okay. Now, what else was I going to do? So I'm going to actually have a little, just sort of scan through, see if there's any obvious things in my Discord that may need fixing, because it feels like I've done loads of, well, 7 today, but these are 7 nice solid fixings, and a few quality of life things as well. Let's have a look. Right, that's fine. Right, oh yes, the time when I accidentally left the stream on for 8 hours, yep. Yep, I remember that. Okay. Oh yeah, that's... sorry, I'm just sort of thinking of other things that need fixing. Oh yeah, so I mean, there's more ideas that came about. Yeah, I think. Oh, I'm genuinely embarrassed about that. I think the only reason I found it out was because I was looking to publish my thing, because I was in a rush to go. I was looking to publish and it wouldn't publish. It didn't say it's not going to publish your stream because you're still currently streaming and you can't publish it while it's doing it. It just said, yep, that's fine, we're going to publish it, it's no problem, and then it just doesn't. And so I realised, like, after I'd already gone out, had a really lovely evening, played loads of cool board games, and yeah. Right, anything else? Right, stacking, that sounds fine. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. So that's fine. Okay. Right. Yeah. So this issue here, it's a good issue to have, but I think it's going to be a sort of slow, subtle one where, like, I mean, I'm genuinely annoyed that I can't create the error message because I'm pretty sure other people will have this problem, and it might just purely be because it's a Boolean and it defaults to being false. But whenever I want to put any more variables in, I need to work out a good system. But I don't think I can do that on stream because this is one of those where there is going to be nothing. Yeah. Thanks, man. I was just so annoyed. I was like, why isn't it working? You know, I mean, it was lucky I turned like all my mic and camera off because that would have been like haunting and worrying. But yeah, so I think you know what, we're actually getting close. So here's I'm gonna have a little look. I'm probably gonna call this stream. There's one other thing that I want to do though, where, like, because when it actually comes to cutscenes and tutorials, I don't know a good system. I know a system, and where are we? Is it talk? No, it's not that one. Where did I put it? Why have I not got a better system for this? Actually, it could have been UI. No, it's not that one. So I've got somewhere in here, I've got, I did some little sprites, because I think instead of actually having a proper sort of animation, I think that's going to be a bit too complicated. I'm looking to have a sort of system where, you know, where you have like a little portrait of someone and a little animation of them talking, and then there's the information that comes up, and then there'll be a bit more in response. Kind of like an RPG kind of like talk system. And I did do a few I did do a few sort of pictures. In fact, it might be in Beans actually. Beans. Oh man, I'm going crazy here. Where did I put it? Oh no, that's not that one. Right, I'll spend another little bit. Yeah, because it's like I might just try and make I might see if I can do a little just vague RPG feel, where it's just simply there's some texts that someone's going to say. Whether I put some audio in, I want to. I like the idea of, like, even though there's plenty of voice actors out there that would love to put it. How just comical would it be if it was just various different versions of my own voice? Yeah, I don't know. I'd find that quite funny. I don't think it's that one. It could be that actually. Oh no, this is the original version. So yeah, this is what I was gonna do, where you've actually got. Actually, that looks quite good, doesn't it? But yeah, that's what I was going to do, where it would just be sort of me talking and having that animation. I like this animation, but no. Okay. I know I had it. Yeah. Anyway, we'll worry about this. We'll worry about it in a little bit. But in fact, why don't we actually, instead of, I could actually start on kind of like just creating the idea as to how I want to do it, and then we'll worry about actually where the pictures are in a little bit. So if we go into scenes, I think it's episode scene. Yeah, we can save that. I think. In fact, let me just press play here, because this is the episode master. Let me...
Hi.
Oh no, it hasn't. Yeah, we got yeah, we have got some issues there. It was this was my. I have actually put a whole little cutscene together, but I might just ditch it. It looks like I'm running into a few problems. Um, so yeah, it's because I've moved some things around. Oh, in fact, hold on. Right. Okay. Let's. I genuinely don't know if this is going to work. Um, okay.
Hi. I have a couple of new game ideas. Let me tell you what you think.
Please tell me it's better than what your last game was. Right, so here we have it. So the first idea is, hang on a sec, you sound a lot like me. No, we're definitely different people. Just leave it there, all right? Okay, fair enough. So my first idea is a card drafting game that involves defending a town that is populated by beans.
Okay. Are you sure that's not any different to any other card drafting based games? What, you mean Slay the Spire? No, don't say that, don't say that. Anyway, it's going to be nothing like Slay the Spire. It's going to be a simple game where you're allotted a certain amount of mana each turn, and you've got to use that to play your cards to help defend the town from oncoming enemies. Okay, we'll put that on the back burner for the time being. What's the other game that you come up with? Okay, so the next game is a story-driven game where you play the role of a bus driver, pondering over all the lives of the passengers on the bus, and you're forced to make impactful decisions that affect the game as you progress further. And as the game develops, you get involved in other people's lives and gain a greater understanding of the world outside driving a bus. But all too soon, you discover a darker side of one of the passengers, and an unlikely adventure begins. Well, I'm definitely intrigued. I mean, it does sound interesting. I definitely prefer that over the card drafting bean game that you're talking about. No, no, you're absolutely right. I don't know what I was thinking about. Right, we'll stick with the bean game. That's not what I was saying at all. I think the bus driver one sounds better than the bean game. I think I'm going to call it Rumpletown. Are you just ignoring me altogether? Yeah, I like the sound of that. Yeah, Rumpletown. Yeah. So that was my. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm gonna turn stuff down. Yeah, I wanted to actually just check. So I did put a cutscene together, which I quite like. Oh yeah, I think we're just on the quiet bit of music. But I think that's going to be too much effort to do one of those for every little bit. So I kind of want an easier version. No, I think the idea. I mean, like, part of the joke was I wanted the idea of actually making it another completely different sounding game that's to do with a bus, right? So people are actually like, oh, what's going on there? It's like, no, terrible idea. Forget it and just ditch it. Oh, but yeah, that's like I just like sort of like I think another issue that I was discussing, and it is quite sad, is I've got a very specific sense of humour, and it occurs to me that not everyone actually has the same sense of humour as me. I'm like, no, everyone, and I was thinking I just needed to make, so I needed to just make an idea for a game that genuinely did sound quite interesting. But I think I might ditch that idea. I think I might have some sort of like slightly more simple, because actually trying to get all the sounds to sync up to get everything moving is quite hard work, to be honest. So I might. You missed. I like it. You missed the. You missed the opening. Like my original opening cutscene. I might still keep it in. I don't think I should delete it altogether. But like, out of interest, like KO2 fan, was the yes. Anyway, welcome back, Lako Gaming. We've sort of fixed something. I was making an attempt. The timer was for me to try and attempt the whole. Let's have a look. Yeah, so my original plan was to sort out the issue with when we add a whole new variable into this data thing.
how is it going to deal with it. And I really tried to create the error message, and I couldn't. Everything just worked cleanly, so it feels like I can just innocently put this in whenever I want. But I'm pretty sure if I were to give you this version... Oh yeah, no worries at all. Yeah. Sorry for I didn't realise. Like, I know sometimes it can be like sort of absorbing. Sometimes you kind of lose track of time. So I know if anything, I'm sorry for distracting you. But yeah, so we're like, and so I've just spent a little while. I spent a good 10 minutes trying to create the error message where it doesn't know, it doesn't recognise what this is. And I couldn't do it. So I was like, no, this is a terrible problem to have. Like, I think this is going to be something that I sort out off stream. I'm going to have one last little search for my sprites that I put in one of these folders, and I just can't remember for the life of me where it is. Maybe it is in talk. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, no, that was just me sorting out that scene there. It's not that one. Let's have a look. Maybe it's... I don't think it's any of these. Yeah, but yeah, I'm thinking of having a slightly simpler system where you just have the portrait of someone who's talking, and then, like, you know, just like an RPG where you just have it like that. Yes. Yeah, I mean, so... Yeah, because, like, I don't know, actually, if you save data in the same way. The important part is when you're physically saving the data, right? And again, even though I vaguely know what's happening, a lot of this was kind of copy and paste. It's like this bit of code here, if I'm honest, I don't really know what it does. I just looked in a Unity video, and it showed how to do it all, right? But this doesn't actually make an awful lot of sense to me. I just know if you put this in, it works, right? And then you can set all of your variables here. Yeah, this is the loading game part. I suppose the saving is probably more important to understand. But yeah, so here, when you're saving, you're basically... yeah, this is... Oh... No, that doesn't work. Yeah, so you're creating a new data class and basically assigning everything from here onwards. But obviously, when you first open the game, you want to load, and you want to load, and you're checking to see if this particular data path exists, and if it doesn't, then you reset the game. So yeah, no idea. Yeah, you know, it's true. It's just because the things, I know that I have had this error message before, and I don't really know why it's happening now. That's the thing. But it's just like I'm not super keen, like, because I've spent, you know, well, I mean, the time is ticking down now. I started on 45 minutes trying to find a solution. I obviously lost lost concentration halfway through, and did a little show off of the opening cutscene. It's not a great cutscene. I wouldn't really call it an opening cutscene, but yeah, it's like, because yeah, as I say, it's a kind of funny issue to have. It's when no error message was created, and it's like, so I've even tried getting rid of this and then resetting. Actually, what happens if you do reset? Right, what happens in there? Yeah. So yeah, and then you save game. Yeah. But for whatever reason, no matter what I tried, I couldn't create this error message, because I want to get to the point where I've got a file where this particular variable simply doesn't exist in the data, and then when you try to load the game, it gives you an error message, and I couldn't do it. Yeah. Yeah. That's actually a good idea. yeah. Sorry. I do apologise. I've been doing I've just been scrolling. I think the bit which is the most essential thing is, hold on, let me have a look. It's it's essentially what's happening here. But it's okay. It's okay. I think this is one of those where I need to essentially just have a trial and error, because I just need to work out how I can sort it. But I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. I think I'll have a little go on my own, because I think once we've done this, we'll probably be ready to and obviously, because I do want other people to have a good sort of test of the game. But we'll be ready to actually, get to the next stage. It's then I just need to sort out tutorials, any sort of cutscenes that I want to do. I'm not going to spend too long on the cutscenes, and I might just have, just so that there's a little bit of a treat, so that anyone watching the stream will, still have a few surprises. I might make the cutscenes off stream. So that there'll just be a little a little bit more stuff for people to do, because anyway, right, what I'm probably going to do now, just because I think my brain's a little bit frazzled, I will probably call the stream now, and I'm going to work on the saving loading. Yes. Okay, hold on, you've got the word "is" there. Is that actually, because I've never, was that just an error in typing, or is that actually a thing you can do? Because if that's the case, that's, the reason being is because if, we did that, okay. No, that's interesting, but I think, like I say, it's quite hard. There's no, as in for me to actually properly test it. It will be just this quite rigorous thing of me trying to eliminate it from ever existing, and then trying to introduce it and seeing if we can save it. That'll be the difficult thing, because I know that when I initially, got my brother to try that was the latest version, it froze upon startup, and the only way we could get it to work was for us to work out the exact file in which the save file was, delete it, and then try again, and it resetted it. But and that's what I want to avoid. I want to make it so that it's easy. But I'm going to do So if you detect null, you default to true. Okay. All right, so you know what? Let's go give it a shot. Let's give it a try. So what we need to do? Okay, right. I've got to work out, and I'll see if I can do this. Right. So where would it be saved? Where's the actual? Right. Okay. Right. For the time being, I'm gonna do a little bit of experimenting here, because we just need to know where the data file is, because I want to actually physically find the location of this data file. So Unity persistent data path. Yeah, persistent data path. Where is it? Windows. Yeah, so we just need to find the location of it. So where is it actually stored? So I'm just having I'm just kind of giving you a bit of a running info. In fact, I can probably just keep this on the screen here. So it's on Windows. It's the user profile, app data. Okay. All right, let's have a look. Let's see if we can find it. Right, I just need any folder, so we can just go documents here. I'm always slightly worried about going through all my documents on stream. So as soon as I found it, I'll let you know. So we're going to go to right. So this piece. They don't make it easy at all, do they? fact, right. Okay, right. So I think I might have found the first bit. App data local low. App data local low. And it'll probably be one of these. Good. Default company, I think it could be that actually. Right. Rumpletown. So I think is this the one? So yeah, because I think it's this one here. So if I were to, well, it's saying it's modified then, so I'm not 100% sure. Yeah. Oh, maybe it's that one. No, that's just there. No. So yeah, I think it could be this one, and then it's Rumpletown. Yeah, although the fact that it's saying it's modified then, it just can't be that one. Oh yeah, hold on. So let's see if I can find the load game. So yeah, it's so whatever the persistent data path, rumpletown.data. So that's what it would be called, rumpletown.data. So let me have another quick hunt around. Local low. Yeah, it's like all of my save files from everywhere. It's not that one. Yeah, default company. Yeah. So it could be this one. It's just I'm just worried because it's saying let's go delete this, and then let's see what happens. Let's go. Oh no, I'm at the wrong thing. Let's go into title scene. It's fine. So. Nope. Nope, because I was hoping that this one would actually, as it started, this one would be filled up. So we're looking at the wrong one. Could it just be... Oh, hold on. No. Yeah, this... Apologies, I know this is not probably the most exciting viewing here. Yeah, because I was hoping there was just going to be one that's like was somehow somewhere in 2023, but seems to be not the case. So I'm running in the editor. I think the location. Yeah, I think you might be right. It's okay. It's okay. What I'll do, like, I think my brain's a bit frazzled now, so I will work on this like off stream. But later, if that's all right, if I'm struggling, I might just give you a message on Discord. Like, just while I'm sort of crying, it's like, I can't get it to save. Can I just like... I'm only joking. I'll try to have a bit more dignity than that. But it's just, yeah, like, I think when it comes to saving and loading, that's one of those things that I always just find so complicated. Yeah. But, yeah, anyway, I'm going to see who I can raid now for the time being. Because I'm excited to getting this thing sorted, but I think it's just I think it would just be a little bit too tricky for me. So who have we got? Right, oh, Taranam every time, yeah. Right, let's go. Right, anyway, oh, I can do that one there. Yeah, so we've got Taranam. He's really, really like he's like he's Lakia Gaming level of coding. He's really good. It's like yeah. Anyway, right. Thank you very much for sticking about. This has been an awful lot of fun. And yeah, say Lakia, thanks so much for all the help. You've been brilliant. Right, rock and roll. I'll see you guys a bit later.